Welcome back. Now a look at where markets ended the week amid a government shutdown that prevented the release of the highly anticipated September jobs report. Chicago Fed President Austin Goolsbee weighing in. Watch.
It pains me that we wouldn't be getting official statistics at exactly a moment when we're trying to figure out, is the economy in transition?
It will have an impact. I mean, the more you're covering up one eye or both eyes, it's tougher to drive.
The pause adding extra weight to the ADP jobs data out earlier this week, which showed a surprise decline in private payrolls of 32,000 last month when estimates were for a gain of 50,000. The weak numbers fueling investor hopes for another rate cut this month. Joining me now is the Committee to Unleash Prosperity co-founder, Steve Moore. Steve, great to see you. You've got Fed governors differing on when to cut rates and by how much. What do you think they should be doing when they meet in a couple of weeks for the October meeting?
Well, look, we've got a strong economy right now. We've got a record booming stock market. I'm very bullish on the U.S. economy, regardless of what the Fed does. It does look pretty probable that there will be another rate cut as the economy continues to improve. And by the way, inflation has been pretty tame so far this year at about 2.5%.
I spoke with the Labor Secretary Friday morning, just when we were expecting the jobs numbers, which, of course, we did not get because of the government shutdown. And I spoke with Secretary Lori Chavez-DeRemer, and she said to me that as soon as the government reopens, they will release the September numbers. But she also assessed the jobs picture because in the last 3 months, we've seen a weakening jobs picture. How would you assess it?
It is weakening, but it's more a shortage of workers than it is a shortage of jobs. If you look at the report that came out last month, there are still 6 or 7 million job openings. And if you listen to employers, they will tell you, especially manufacturers and people in the technology industry, they need the skilled people who have the skills to be able to do these jobs. So, look, this is an economy that has been growing at nearly 4%. Maria, that's a strong rate of growth. Most of the economists said it would be closer to 1.5%. So you just look at all of the things that Trump has done on the economy, deregulation, the DOGE savings, the fact that we passed the big, beautiful tax cut. All of these things are having a positive impact on the U.S. economy. It's the reason the U.S. just ask people abroad. They will say, we want our country to be growing the way the United States economy is.
Yeah, well, and by the way, we're also on the doorstep of third quarter earnings. We'll start getting those numbers at the end of next week, led by the major banks. But, Steve, another big story this week, the Securities and Exchange Commission delivering what could be a big win for Texas and a big blow to Wall Street. The Texas Stock Exchange has been approved to start listing shares next year. Do you think we're going to see an even bigger financial exodus out of New York, out of the New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ, and to Texas and elsewhere, more than we've already been seeing?
I do. And you know, look, the city in the United States that has the highest taxes on capital gains and capital income is New York City. And Mondani is basically saying if he's elected, he's going to raise that tax even further. If you tax something, you get less of it. We've been seeing an exodus of jobs and capital out of New York into states like Texas and Florida in the hundreds of billions of dollars. And this is a very significant development you're bringing up, Maria. We've lived for the last 200 years with the New York Stock Exchange. Now we're going to have the Texas Stock Exchange. And I wouldn't be surprised if, and I don't want to see this happen because I think Wall Street is so important and New York City is so important to the American economy. But you cannot mistreat capital. If you do that, you're going to see a lot of those jobs leave Wall Street and go to places like Dallas and Miami.
Yeah, and we're seeing that already. Steve, it's great to talk with you this weekend. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Maria.